Know what that means? It is time for our female powerhouse superhero. It is Zero to Shero, where every Monday night at this appointed time, we bring you a special guest. And tonight is even more special than ever before. But before we get into that, I want to introduce myself for you guys who are seeing me for the first time. This is Ann Charlius. I am Ann Charlius of Shero Rising. I help entrepreneurs elevate their business, taking it to the next level. So beyond that, one of the things that I'm hugely passionate about is personal development. I have learned with speaking with entrepreneurs, a lot of times the roadblocks that they see in business is directly related to their mind. But before we get into that, before we introduce our guests, we want to do some housekeeping because, yes, we are live on the radio. Hello, Boca Raton, Pompano Beach, and Deerfield Beach. But in addition, we also are live streaming on Facebook and Periscope. So for all you Facebook and Periscope peeps, hello. I want you to take this moment and share this out. Trust me when I say to you that sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go over and share this out to my followers so that they also can get an opportunity to actually experience tonight's message. It's a game changer. Now, while I'll do that, I want to introduce this amazing woman. There she is. We're looking at her on camera. I call her my fire mom. Can't you see the resemblance?
Fired up.
But she is the woman that taught me, her and her team taught me how to firewalk, among other things. And oftentimes people ask me, Ann, what is the key transformation that occurred in your life? Because you are making huge boss moves. And I am here to tell you that if I had to select one thing in this past year that was a total game changer for me and my business, is meeting this amazing woman, Karen, and her team at Firepower Seminars. The hashtag is hashtag SOFL, so South Florida, SOFL Firewalk, correct?
Correct.
It totally taught me the experience, not just about the firewalk. There is a seminar and a training that happens, but what it did is that it aligned my mind, heart, body, and spirit to really redefine my limits and realize that I am powerful beyond measure. And so I am so excited to have you.
So good to be here.
So please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. I'm Karen Pfeffer, co-founder of Firepower Seminars. And many people ask me, well, how did I get into this, or why do I do what I do? Let me just tell you a little bit of background. I was born in Venezuela, 98, somewhere around there. It was quite some time ago, and it was transformational. And when I met these mentors, I thought, well, okay, there's got to be something that I can learn. And I was introduced to NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is all the study of the mind and the language and what we tell ourselves and the programming that goes into us. And what I realized, and it's something that Zig Ziglar has stated many times, bless him, he's obviously now in spirit,
right.
But he's always said you are who you are and where you are by what goes into your mind, and you can change who you are and where you're going by what goes into your mind. And that has stuck with me for a very long time. Through the tools of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and also all the trainings that I've taken from all the wonderful mentors that are out there, because there are role models we can learn from success instead of having to do all the errors ourselves. And I decided, you know what, it's something that we can do to inspire and empower individuals and organizations. So I co-founded with Connie Phelan, who is my partner.
Connie.
Hey, Connie. She's my partner, and it's actually her transformation from her first Firewalk. It was her idea to start Firepower Seminars, and I came along and assisted her, and so here we are 11 years later, founded in 2006. Amazing.
Wow, 11 years of powerful transformation. Now, tell us a little bit more about the business. What is Firepower Seminars? What does it involve? Is it a retreat? Is it all weekend long? Describe that to our listeners and our viewers.
Of course. Firepower Seminars, it's really customized programs for whatever our clients and or organizations that want to work with us. For example, we have the Firewalk, Empowerment Firewalk Seminar, which is a 4-hour event. Believe it or not, you'll learn how to walk on fire in 4 hours. It's coming up this Saturday, November 4th. But we also do things like breaking barriers and having an experience of breaking a board with your bare hand, or step into your power, tied into your goals. And so you step literally into your power, into your goal that you're wanting to reach. Or a great one that's one of my favorites is Building Bikes, Empowering Children, where we do team building for organizations, and they actually think they're competing to build the best bike. And what happens is towards the end, there's a huge reveal. Children come in, everybody starts scrambling to prepare the bikes even more. And all the bikes are given away as a donation to children, for example, boys and girls clubs or kids that could never, ever afford to have bicycles. So it's really developed, and it's a phenomenon called embodied cognition, where you actually engage the mind and the body. Because we realize that just by giving lectures and teaching people about beliefs and fear and how to master and understand fear and overcome it, it just doesn't work that way. You have to have a physical experience so you can give that information to your body on a cellular level.
I love that. And, that is probably the most amazing part of the training that I experienced.
Yes.
I thought that I was going in to learn how to do something physically, and it's so much about the mind-body experience also.
Absolutely.
So I love that you share that. Now, you are what I call a fire mom. I don't know if anyone has ever called you that, but I call it. I claimed it first. I call her my fire mom. But listen, you walk on fire. You teach people how to break boards and walk on fire. Have you ever had a zero moment?
Of course. We all do. We're all human, right? Actually, it was about our 4th or 5th year into Firepower seminars. And Connie and I realized, you know what, this firewalking, it's a little tough to sell this business, or share it, I should say, because not too many people sign up. It's like, fire, yeah, sign me up. 1,200-degree hot coals I'm going to be walking on? Maybe not. And so we realized it was a tough sell, especially to corporations. They just didn't want to have the liability associated to it. So we are actually considering throwing in the towel, and we had shared this with one of our clients who has a recovery treatment center for individuals with addictions. And he looked at me and Connie straight in the eye. He says, "You cannot throw the towel in. You cannot quit. This is way too important. What you do for people, it empowers them, it shifts them, it transforms them. This cannot go away. You have to find a way to keep doing this." And the two of us were so shocked. We're like, what? We had no idea that we were having that kind of an impact on individuals. And mind you, these are his clients, which are individuals with addiction issues, which we all have addictions from all sorts of different sorts, whether it's shopping or, drugs or whatever it may be. And so we thought, you know what? We need to start shifting our thinking. We had stinking thinking because we thought this is what we went in to do. This is what we have to do. We thought, we're not getting the results we want. We have to change our approach.
Wait, repeat that, because I think some people might have just would have went right over their heads.
Yes.
You said stinking thinking.
We had stinking
What
thinking.
is that?
It's when you get so stuck in your own things because this is what we planned, this is what we wanted to do, this is how it's supposed to work. Guess what? It doesn't work that way. And one of the biggest lessons for us is to really step back, observe, notice what was working, what wasn't working, change our approach. And really the biggest thing for success in any business is flexibility. You have to be flexible in order to really achieve the results you want. And pay attention. If it isn't working, say, okay. I mean, for example, like Post-it note was supposed to be something that stuck forever, and it didn't, right? So
Absolutely.
many amazing stories pertaining to failures, which are really learning experiences. So
Wonderful.
thanks to our client, we kept plugging along. And we started doing team building. We started adding different things and doing things. So firewalking now, all the things that we do is the least of the programs that we offer as far as the amount that we do. We do 3 of those community in the year. And we do them for corporations also. But our most popular programs are the board breaking, the aero breaking, and the building bikes and empowering children.
And that's a wonderful thing. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because oftentimes people get discouraged. Something that they think is a failure.
Right.
oftentimes, like you said, the Post-it note people can turn out to be fabulous if you just take a moment and look at it differently.
Absolutely.
And so many great successes, so many great inventions in the world is as a result of that kind of thinking. What are some life lessons you have helped yourself, your team, and the thousands of people throughout the years? What are some life lessons you've garnered over the time that you've been doing this?
My goodness, there are so many. The first one is obviously never, ever give up. Really define what your purpose is, what fuels your fire, right? For us, it was helping people. Helping people to recognize that many beliefs are limiting beliefs, and you can change those to empowering beliefs, right? So that was a biggie, a huge one. So never giving up. Having a strong enough purpose that's going to fuel it no matter what happens, because obstacles are always going to show up. And you have to be determined to say, I don't care what happens, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that we empower and inspire individuals and organizations globally. And as a result of that, we now work throughout the United States, and we've actually done some work for a client in Ireland, so it's pretty exciting. Yay, I know you have one there too. So.
Yes, in Dublin. And, I plan on going there, so
absolutely.
maybe we could do a joint venture there.
Absolutely.
What are some business lessons that you've learned? Because a lot of times people don't realize that life lessons have a total relation to what you need to know as a business owner, as an entrepreneur.
Right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, the foundation is you are who you are and where you are by what's gone into your mind, and you can change who you are and where you're going by what goes into your mind. And part of that is get curious. I love this tool. Instead of getting frustrated when things don't go your way, get curious. Have fun with it. And start asking empowering questions instead of the why question, right?
Absolutely.
Why is this happening? Why me? Why, the only time we want to ask the why question is when it ties in with our purpose, when we're putting together our business plan, our mission, our vision, all of those components to it. But other than that, it's like, what can we do now? Like when our client told us you can't give up, we started to say, okay, what can we do now to shift so that we can incorporate programs that will continue to empower and inspire? We just do it differently. Bingo, let's do the Build a Bike Empowering Children. Bingo, let's create a program that we can do that's a standalone, breaking barriers, overcoming obstacles to achieve your real big goals and break through those boards. So we travel all over doing that. Connie was just in Virginia working with students at Tidewater Community College pertaining to leadership. And I was doing a different seminar here in Florida for individuals to overcome obstacles doing board breaking. So, yeah.
That's what I love about this team. They are literally impacting the globe, impacting their local community, impacting our nation with this message. And it's a life-changing message. Whether you are a person struggling with weight loss issues, income issues, you have something here.
Yes.
And it's kind of big, but I'm going to try to bring it up.
Well, this actually was from this past Saturday.
What is all of this stuff?
Well, the first one that you're showing right there, that was when I asked the participants to just shout out obstacles that they had that were preventing them from getting their very goals. So, and we all experience this. Not enough time, lack of confidence, self-limitation, commitment, fear, toxic relationships, and so on. Then we also talked about what the next page is, and I believe that one has to do with fear. What is fear?
What is fear?
I've had so many people, I know, forget everything and run! But no, it's not forget everything and run. It's false evidence appearing real. Our brain cannot differentiate between what's real and what's vividly imagined. It's our imagination and our thoughts that fuel whatever shows up. Our thoughts direct what shows up in our life, and whatever we focus on expands. So there's only two fears that we're born with. I think you know what they are, right? Because you've actually done the empowerment Firewalk.
I've done it twice.
So what are the two fears that we're born with?
Well, one is fear of falling.
Right.
And loud noises, which I happen to hate loud noises.
That's exactly right. So every other fear that we have, Anne, is something that we're programmed with. They're all learned, and we are not our programming. That is so important to learn. That
Did you guys hear that? You are not your programming. Now, the lights are blowing this out a little bit, so I'm trying to get the right angle.
This is the word. This is the word belief. A belief is nothing more than a feeling of certainty, and beliefs oftentimes are disempowering. They're limiting beliefs. And look at what's right in the middle of the word belief, the word lie.
Wow.
So start becoming aware of your beliefs. Are they helping you or are they hindering you? Are they your beliefs or their beliefs that were given to you? You had shared with me before that you were told that you were going to be a secretary because you weren't good at math.
Absolutely.
Wrong. I don't think so.
Absolutely. Or you know what? When I hear this, hello, Angel. She says, hi, Karen.
Hi, Angel.
You know, one of the things that I've always been told is that I'm just born chubby. I'm supposed to be chubby. In fact, when I went through my growth spurt as a young person in elementary school, I was forced to eat like Ensure and all this extra stuff to stay chubby.
Right.
And look, to this day, it's one of the biggest struggles I have in my life. And I think a lot of it has to do with there's something in my brain that says you're supposed to be chunky, even though I'm still cute and chunky.
You are. I agree.
But I do need to work on that. That is the next next lie that I'm looking to
there
slay.
you go. And we're happy to help you with that.
And
this last page here, I asked participants to share their fears. And who of us has not experienced this? Rejection, disappointment, trust, intimacy, failure, success, being alone, abandonment, change, the fear of the unknown. It's just fear of lack of money, that we're not going to have sufficient funds. But remember, whatever you focus on expands. So we create our own reality, and I will live in a life where I have enough if I believe I have enough.
Absolutely.
If I believe I don't have enough, then guess what's going to show up in my life? It goes back to the saying, whether you think you can or can't.
You're right.
You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, one of the things I love about this exercise is that you realize that as humans, you have so much in common with so many people.
Absolutely.
This is what her audience, her group this weekend put together collectively. So you're not alone.
Yes.
You are not alone. There are other people that are feeling the same way. But guess what? You don't have to stay in that place.
Absolutely.
You can come out this Saturday and get out of that rut that you're in.
Absolutely. And I might add that one of the fears that shows up quite often is the fear of asking for help. And it's so important to ask for help to get what it is that you really want. So.
That is so true. And it's sad because most people love helping. You don't have to be afraid because most people really would like to help.
Yes.
Now, you've talked about fear. Mm-hmm. Can you share with us one tip about how one can overcome it?
Do what you fear and watch it disappear. Do what you fear and watch it disappear.
I'm going to take you home. I might kidnap her. Don't call the FBI because every time I'm with her, golden nuggets are... Say that again, one more time.
Do what you fear and watch it disappear.
Bye, fear. Get out of here.
Seriously, Connie, for those of you that know Connie, she's an introvert, very shy. She would have never, ever become the amazing facilitator that she is today had she not stepped into her fear of speaking in public, being out there, doing social media, writing articles. And she is an amazing facilitator. But she did what she feared, and it disappeared, and now she's able to help people at outrageously outstanding levels. So.
Absolutely. And I want to share, we brought props today, you guys. We're not going to do any demonstrations, but you can definitely come out. Now, if they want to come out this Saturday, how do they find out? Where do they go?
We have a special webpage that they can go to. It's Firepower Offers, OFFERS.com, firepoweroffers.com. There is an Empowerment Firewalk seminar this Saturday, November the 4th. It starts at 5 o'clock with registrations, ends at approximately 10 o'clock, sometimes a little after, depending upon the participants. And whatever fear you have, if you have any patterns, and the good news is you do not have to walk. Everything we do is voluntary, but trust me, when you're done with this event, you will be a totally different person. And as Anne shared with her experience, when she had that physical experience, that embodied cognition phenomenon that I shared earlier, of knowing that you do things that appear impossible. Remember, fear, false evidence appearing real. Once you can do things that appear impossible, you can do anything.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I loved is this thing. What is this?
This is an arrow.
And it started off like this, you guys.
Yes.
Then this happened.
This is a tool to show people that we can do things that appear impossible, that we are more powerful than we think we are. Wonder Woman said in her movie, "You're all that you believe and so much more." And so the question is, what is that so much more that you can do that you're not doing for yourself? So may I borrow the arrow for a minute?
Absolutely.
So in our events, what we do is we actually have people identify something, a goal that they want, and they're going to walk towards their goal and release the fear. Because is the barrier really the arrow? No.
No, it's not.
What's the barrier? What goes in our mind? It's all
here.
about the mindset. And so you actually put this arrow here, and you'll have to come to learn
Don't
the
do
technique.
it at home.
Yes, do
Don't
not do this at home.
You must learn the technique, and you must be in that supportive environment. Don't do this at
Absolutely.
home.
Do not do this at home. And then when you break it, you just take one determined step, because it's all about determination, using your own abilities and determination. And it will snap and break. So very powerful. And you will feel it. Trust me. All the fears will come up. Everything that, and that's what the embodied cognition is all about.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we have this.
And this is a board. This is what we do is we have people identify an obstacle or a limiting belief or a limiting pattern that they have that they want to break through. So on one side, the side with the logo, they put what they want as their goal. And this is my own little, I'm not an artist, but this is my artistic rendering of loving myself first. I play music, I play guitar, I've been in bands before, having funds to come in to not only take care of myself, but to help others in need. And rebounding, which I absolutely love, which is I found one of the healthiest way to take care of yourself and release toxins in your body. And on the other side, which is what I broke through, is distractions. I mean, how many of us get distractions on a daily basis, hourly basis, or even...
Absolutely.
It's just ongoing between social media and everything else that shows up. So I've learned to really pay attention and to observe distractions that do take my time, because the only biggest asset that I have is my own time.
And let me tell you something. There's no trick photography. No trick boards. These boards are solid, as
Very
you can
solid.
hear.
Very
you can
solid.
hear that.
Yeah.
And again, don't do this at home.
Yes.
You have to participate in a supportive environment and really learn both the mental and physical things that it will take to be able to say you're a board breaker and a fire walker.
And I have to tell you, Ann, that we customize programs for organizations and teams that's small or teams that are hundreds or thousands. So if you have a group that you want us to work with, we're happy to customize something, whatever issues you may have, communication issues, trust issues, team building issues, we're happy to cover all of it.
Now, you have a special message.
Excuse
bless
me.
you, bless
Thank
you.
you.
You have a special message from a person that has participated.
I do.
Do you have your phone nearby?
I do.
Okay,
and before
great.
I get into that, let me just share one other
Okay.
lesson that I learned, which ties into this, and that's why I'm sharing it. I think the biggest thing for me and the limiting belief that I've had growing up was that I always took care of everybody else first instead of taking care of myself.
That message is for you out there.
And us women, especially business women, we're taught, it's part of our culture, it's ingrained into us, and a Latina, I was definitely taught
Absolutely.
that. So when I changed that limiting belief, which was hindering me, not helping me, to I take care of myself first so that I can take care of others at outrageously outstanding levels, it shifted everything. And you posted this on social media, which I love, which says, love yourself first. And this is about Lucille Ball. I don't know, can you read that there, Ann?
Yes, love yourself first and everything else falls in line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world.
And Lucille Ball, for those of you who are not familiar with her, an amazing actress, the Lucille Ball Show.
Absolutely.
This is what was told about her, and this is on a Famous Failure YouTube video, which you can look it up. Dismissed from drama school with a note that read, wasting her time, she's too shy to put her best foot forward. So I'm just saying that because you have to take care of yourself first, which goes into this friend of mine. Her name is Bonnie Morell.
Hello, Bonnie, if you're listening.
Yay, she's also a healer, a massage therapist, an energy worker, crystals. She's amazing. As Hurricane Irma was approaching, she had a heart attack.
Wow.
And fortunately, it happened just as the winds were picking up, so they were able to take her to the hospital. She ended up having a quintuple heart surgery, bypass, I should say. That's 5 arteries. We have 6, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And after the heart surgery, she ended up having a stroke, which affected her left side, and she's left-handed. In her family, her and her husband, she's the bread earner. And so guess what happened? and she's going to have huge medical expenses and whatnot. So I'm doing everything I can to help her out because, there's a saying, it's like you learn and you have your business so you can get, but it's when you give that's what really matters.
Right. Absolutely.
So I have this message because she actually called and left me a message. I told her I was going to be on the show, and this is from Bonnie, and this is what she told me. So
okay, absolutely.
Here we go.
The rehab center set 2-week goals for me, and by the beginning of the second week, I exceeded my goals. I'm a fighter. I still have work to do, which I will continue. And a lot of that I contribute to Karen and Firepower seminars. Thanks to her, she's given me tools to empower myself to keep on going, setting my goals high, because I walked on fire. I can accomplish anything. So thank you, Karen, for all your love and your support.
Oh, it just brings tears to my eyes. So,
and she's
that's
right.
what it's all about.
And I echo that sentiment. Now that I can say that I'm a firewalker, I'm looking at everything differently, and there's nothing I don't think I can't do.
Absolutely.
And I thank you for your work and following your purpose and your vision and not giving up. Can you let us know how we can contribute to her?
Absolutely.
And one more time before we have to go, it's about 2 minutes remaining.
Okay.
Please tell us how we can connect with you to join you on Saturday.
Okay, for Saturday, for the Empowerment Firewalk seminar, it's Firepower Offers, OFFERS.com. If you go to firepowerseminars.com, that's our company, and you scroll all the way to the bottom, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. And also you can search about Embodied Cognition in the search box at the very bottom. And for Bonnie, go to my Facebook page, Karen E. Pfeffer. There's a link there. It's a You Caring fundraiser website that her husband has set up, and she will, and her husband will absolutely thank all of you for helping her out.
Wonderful.
In time of need, we're all connected.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us.
Light up your fire, folks. Ignite the fire within.
Yes, Firewalk, Firewalk. That girl is on fire, and you can be too. So join us on Saturday. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. Text the word Shero to 77948. That's Shero to 77948 so that we can connect. See you next week.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.